Hey Tristan,
What's up?
I've been going through the walk, and I feel like I keep getting hit with these flaming arrows, man, and I really just don't know what I'm doing wrong, man. Can you just do you know what piece of equipment I need to put on?
I do know a piece of equipment. We need to put our shields up.
But I mean, people have these tough questions about theology.
Can man choose salvation,
If God's so good, why does he let bad things happen?
Why should I want to get to heaven?
or does God predestine salvation for man?
I want to know the truth. I want to seek the truth out. I want to seek through Scripture and find God's truth.
Satan loves to pause sometimes. He'll pause so that you'll peek out. He'll pause so you slightly drop it, right?
Yeah, so he can see you, because
Then he shoots in. But here's the other thing, is the great things these shields was for formations. And there was one specific one, the tortoise formations. I can't remember the exact Greek or Latin word.
all I know is you and a bunch of guys were in a square.
It's literally just a rectangular cube.
Exactly what it
shields
is.
above you, behind you, everywhere. And I'm going to say this. Part of the beauty of that, but also one of the other hard things is it's not only you training on your own, you're training with other people.
Oh,
right?
yeah. 100%.
The guy next to you, right?
Drops
Dave knows that let's say you're in the corner. Dave knows that he is the back left corner, and you know that you are the other shield that connects with that to make that corner.
Yep.
And you and Dave are really strong because you've trained together.
Yeah.
But you put somebody who hasn't done it before, and you put people who have not done it before, they don't know what they're doing. They need wiser, more mature soldiers, more veteran soldiers to help train them in what to do. And so I'm going to say this. You practice lifting the shield of faith when you're under attack from arrows and when you're not under attack from arrows with other people, right? It's our faith, not just yours and my faith.
Because I know we were talking about this too, but it's like when you drop, as you're in a group, you're in a rectangle, you have all around you, but when you start dropping your shield to take a look, like you can injure the people around you as well. Because like it's mainly meant to protect your just yourself, but they all like pretty much connect with each other. So as soon as you start dropping it, it'll leave a gap for said arrow and everything to get in there, and it could kind of like break a whole squad out of formation because one person's injured.
And
man,
we have to train together, and so we have to have that consequential community, right? Matt and Aiden talked about it at the end of last season, right? Our faith is not just to be done alone. It is all of us
together.
And so part of that I'm also going to say is this: knowing where you're best, maybe not best suited, where God has put you and how to do it well, right? You didn't really get to decide which one you were doing. So when your commander tells you you're going to hold a shield over your head to protect everyone else, that's what you're doing. When your commander tells you you're going to be on the front, you're going to be in the back, you're going to be wherever, right? It's true that you're going to keep not only yourself, but your teammates protected, but you're also going to listen to what your commander did and train for that position with the people around you. Yeah.
So I got a cool Bible story on. I know this is we're talking about community, but I'm gonna start kind of shifting over into a guy in the Bible, and his name's Daniel. I hope it's okay. If you don't, you don't. But if you do, you do. If you know, you know. How about that? Hey. But if you know, you know. Daniel the lion's den and everything, and how pretty much how to start off the story is that Daniel's a faithful guy. Daniel prays 3 times a day, prays with his window open. Like, he prays publicly so people can see him praying. Well, in the story, Daniel gets promoted to like one of the highest positions underneath the king. at the time. And so he gets promoted, and he's pretty much telling dreams.
Interpreting dreams, prophesying for God.
Yeah, all that stuff. So, and he's like, oh, and so he gets highest. Well, there were 3 selfish priests. I know this.
Is the number specific? That's not important right now. Anyways,
but 3 selfish people were upset that he's been there like half the time they've been there. They've been there majority of the time. Like, he recently came in. He was already promoted to higher than they were. Well, they came up with a decree pretty much saying you can't pray to God. Pretty much. And if you did, unless you can only pray to the king, pretty much.
You can pretty much only give praise to the king.
To the king, and if you didn't, he'd be thrown into the lion's den, and they starved the lions to make sure that they'd get fed every once in a while, like usually
to keep them alive. But they were usually they were ravenous. They were
starved.
Yeah.
And the decrees back then, you couldn't do anything about it. Once it's signed, it's signed. You can't say, oh, but this person, nope, doesn't matter.
And if I remember right, the story tells us that when Daniel prayed, the king was disheartened at the fact that he was going to have to throw Daniel in the lion's den.
I was getting to that part.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You kind of like jumped ahead. I was like, he is right though, guys. He is right. But I was like, I was getting to that.
Sorry, rushed it a little.
No, it's okay. Oh, we were only 3 separate parts. We were almost. I promise you, right there. But so as I said, so the king. So they brought the decree to the king. The king signed it. He didn't really know what the decree was. He's like, oh, okay, it's gonna give him more praise. So he signs it. But at the time, Daniel heard about the signing of the decree and still prayed 3 times a day, still prayed openly about it. Well, the 3 selfish guys saw that. And they were like, oh, this is our time. Because they wanted to trap David. They wanted, nope, not David.
Daniel.
Gosh dang it. Yeah.
It happens all the time.
I know. They wanted Daniel dead. So they're like, oh, it's perfect. So they caught him. They told the king. And the king, as Darren said, was devastated that he'd have to throw one of his favorite people into the lion's den about it.
Can I say something about Daniel? When you read the book of Daniel, you look at the character of Daniel, and he is constantly, just because he's faithful to God, he almost shows everybody up, right?
Oh, yeah.
You see this when they choose to fast, or not fast. They choose to eat pretty much only vegetables, or, right, do that diet so that they're not saying we obeyed to the king, but they're saying we obey God. We obey Yahweh, right? And then you go and look at other stories, and like this one, you see that the kings really liked Daniel and his friends because they were faithful to Yahweh, and Yahweh made them successful in all that they did.
Yeah. But so, oh my goodness. Let me take a break. Sorry, a second. But so once they found that out, they threw Daniel into the lion's den and closed the tomb. The den was closed. The king went back to his palace. The king couldn't sleep at all because he threw one of his favorite people into a den full of lions that are hungry and ravenous. Like, he's like, oh, he's probably dead. Well, next morning happens. Next morning happens, and the king pretty much runs to the den and has them remove the rock that was covering the den. Well, the king asks, he's like, Daniel, are you still down there? Wasn't it like your God, like...
Did your God save you?
Save you, yeah. Well, he replies... He basically says, yes, I'm still alive. That God sent down one of his angels to close the mouths of the lions. And so, in the end, it's like, Daniel survives. Because he was faithful to and obedient to his God, to Yahweh, or to his God. Yeah. And that just it really kind of goes to show it's like being faithful, like, is truly great and awesome.
It is. And that's not to say it's not tough, right? Look at Daniel, right? there's a decree to be killed if you praise God. And so what does he do? He praises God. All right. And when he goes down in the lion's den, at first he's facing these lions, and they're hungry, and they're probably drooling and growling and roaring, and they're getting ready to devour him. And an angel comes down from God. And man, I don't know about you guys, but I'd be terrified.
Oh, I would too. That's the, like I said, when I was stranded, I was like, I didn't really have trust in God that he'd provide people or someone to come help us. I mean,
Yeah.
like as you stated, yeah, I'd be absolutely terrified, because like 4 lions, and if they're fully grown too, they weigh about like 1,200 pounds, I think. Like they're big. Like lions are huge.
Yeah.
Also, if you guys want to know what happened to selfish guys, they were thrown in there next and they were devoured.
Yep.
That's the perfect way to end it. That's the perfect way to end it, honestly.
Yeah. And I think it's true that Satan's kind of like those selfish guys, right? He's trying to attack us. He's trying to do this. And so when we show our faithfulness, not just privately, but publicly, not just in church, but in our schools, in our work, in everything we do, when we're faithful to God, not only will we be made successful like Daniel and his friends were, but we will also, I almost want to say this, and I don't want to say this in a prideful way, but we will show that obedience to God and faithfulness to God, God will help us, how do I phrase it? God will help us do everything we do with excellence, and not just a charge of we're going to do this well or good. We are going to do this with excellence. And that's the attitude, right? Because our work is our worship, right? We've talked about it a lot. I haven't personally read it, but we've had a lot of professors who have, and we're actually going to have to read it for camp teams training. It's by Brother Lawrence. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, we are.
But it was a book about written by a monk who pretty much his entire idea was whatever I'm doing, I'm praising God. And so his washing dishes
that's the way that
is his worship to God. So our faithfulness is constant because the way we go to work, the way we do our schoolwork is a call to excellence, and it's a call to worship, right? Our faithfulness in our worship is doing worship well. I think that's something we're called to do, not just our Sunday morning songs, or we have chapel on Tuesday mornings for Bible college.
Yeah, that's still, even though it's like, those are normal things for us to show our worship, but there are other ways for us to worship the Lord other than just going to church, to chapel, and singing and praising and reading our Bibles. There's more than one way to show our praise to him. But also, as you're talking about that, it just reminded me, some people ask us, do you treat your Bible as like a textbook?
And
I know as of right now, I can personally say, which really sucks on my part, but what really sucks on my part is, like, as of right now, yes, I treat it like a textbook. I only open it for when I need assignments done. That's the only time I open it. I really should start trying to open it and actually become more faithful by reading the Bible more.
I will say right now, I'm getting better about it, but I've been very on and off about my Bible reading, just some of the stuff going on in my life. And one of the parts of that recently for me has been, I'm just reading so much scripture, right? Like,
that's real.
And I'm going to say this, I'm going to just be honest, like, sometimes I'm not reading as much what I should for my classes, right? We have assigned reading in 2 of our classes right now.
And we have to read, like, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We have to read, like, all of those.
So
they're like 4 chapters each.
Yeah, so we're reading through the Gospels.
Love the class, though. It's a great class.
Yeah, both of the classes are great, but we're reading through all 4 Gospels, and we're reading through Genesis through Ruth. Yeah. And last semester, we were actually supposed to read through the whole Bible in a semester. And on top of that, we had a small group, which we were supposed to be reading
Matthew. Well, the Gospels,
Matthew and Mark.
Yeah.
And so it was like, really, just, there's so much Bible reading. It's very easy to treat our Bibles as a textbook. And I'm going to say this. I think sometimes the best way for us to be faithful to God is try to make time to just not treat it like that.
Yeah.
But I will say sometimes it's hard for me to want to spend a long period. And so, regrettably, my current Bible reading every day is about 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one of the other ways we do it is we spend time with God.
Yeah.
We show our faithfulness in worshiping Him with excellence, with everything that we do, right? Do everything with excellence. That will be worship to God.
Yeah.
But do it for Him. Do it for His glory. Do it because God deserves it, not because you're so great.
Yeah.
Or, and I'm also going to say this, maybe part of faithfulness is being humble enough to accept that.
Oh yeah, I know it's hard for people to be humble though. Nobody likes being humbled. Trust me, I've been humbled plenty of times. I'll take shooting for example.
Mm.
I got very prideful. I love the sport, but he's humbled me. Like, because I hate to say it, but I brag when it comes to sporting clays. Sporting clays is the thing I've done for years, and my first year ever doing it, I shot 81 out of 100, which first year, that was really good. Since then, I haven't even touched 80. Like, I've touched high 70s, but I haven't even touched 80 at all. And I'm like, this past competition that we went to, I shot a 66. Like, that's become my normal now, like shooting around high 60s, low 70s. Like, that is what happened. You can see the humbleness in it. It's like he's like, I'm even more humble now. Like, I try not to brag about it. I still kind of get to the point where I'm kind of bragging about it, but I'll realize it and be like, oh, like, sorry, I didn't mean, until I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm better than you at this. I'm like, oh, my bad. Let me explain, like, this is what I did for the past 5 years. This is why I act the way that I did, and I didn't mean to act like that.
Well, and I'm going to say, here's the really big thing about humility. And I'm going to say, pride is absolutely the opposite of this. I think C.S. Lewis still has said it the best about humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. Because I think too often when we think of humility, we think of being humiliated.
That's true, yeah. Like peeing your pants. That's being humiliated.
Yeah. But I think truly being humble is focusing on Christ and focusing on others, focusing on their needs, focusing on their wants, focusing on not how to please people, but how to help people do what they need, right? Help people with their needs. And I think that's part of it. And pride, it's selfish. I think it goes both ways. I think pride is simply putting yourself on a pedestal for a race you were never in.
No, yeah.
And I'm going to say this. If you want to be faithful, you have to realize God's on that pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
He has not only won the race, but it was no competition, right?
Yeah.
Nothing else competes for that position other than what we place on those pedestals.
It was like, it's like the episode Shaky Pedestals and the Living Stone that me and Matt did.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we were talking about idolatry and how it was... We can put ourselves on that pedestal and it'll be shaky. We can put our coaches on that pedestal and it can be shaky. And honestly, we can even put our own mentors on pedestals and it can still be shaky. Because as soon as they mess up and like get humiliated or humbled,
yes,
we kind of step back and we're like, can I even trust you anymore? Because you humiliated yourself or humbled yourself in like a public setting where you're just like, can I even trust you?
Yeah. No.
Like... But we really should be focusing on putting God on that pedestal.
Yes.
He's the living stone. Like, he's set in stone. Everybody else is like set in sand.
Yeah.
Like,
this is going to be a little bit of a rabbit trail, but so that Greek word I was talking about, thurios, when you look at it, there's one definition before it. All right. Mm-hmm. So the oblong shield is what it turned into. All right. And most However, before that, it had one other definition, and it was a stone to cover up or close off a cave. Guess what? The stone's been rolled away. That is what our faith stands on.
Yeah.
Our faith stands on the fact that God created us. We are made in his image, right? God came down on this earth as Jesus, right? Yeah. And Jesus died, and he was in the grave for 3 days, and the stone has been rolled away.
Yeah.
And we are putting our faith in Jesus because he is coming back, right? That judgment is coming.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And
Judgment day is coming. We just don't know when.
yeah, we don't. And I'm going to say this. You have the choice of accepting grace, right? The only thing God has asked of us. Okay, I say that.
But that's multiple things, but it's okay.
But it's truly to have faith in him. And if you have faith in him, you're going to build a personal relationship with him.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
And when you do that, you're going to become more like him and be purified and start to become more like him. But that starts with trusting him when things get hard.
Yep.
So just diagnose this question, not just for us to answer, but also for you gossipers to think about do you trust him to provide when he is silent in your life?
Yeah. I know for me it was hard. It was hard because there was times where I feel like he wasn't in my life. Like, one of my examples is knee surgeries. Like, I bumped it. But like I said, knee surgeries. It was one of those things where it's like I had them and they got infected. And they also happened like 6 months apart, like 10 months apart from each other. Like, they were not very long spans before I tore both of them. But each time they got infected. Like, one was a staph infection and one was MRSA. Two really bad infections. One of them I went in and the guy drained a lot of it out of my knee, and then they had to go in and wash it. But it was one of those things where it's like, I didn't believe that God was truly in. He was there with me when I had this. Like, I was angry at him because it's like he, like I said, he's like, yep. And I'm done. And I just, it sucked. It truly sucked because I was okay. It wasn't the greatest, but I was getting playtime and stuff like that. And then just these simple things happen where it's like, you feel like he's not there with you when simple things happen like that.
Yeah. I remember a story. God answered my prayers, but I wake up, it's track meet, it's a home meet. So coaches want us there 6 a.m. just
Ow.
So we had a water leak in our house at the time. So pretty much what I had to go do was, we had luckily set up a shut-off valve into our house. So you just had to turn that on and off. So take a shower, get ready for the meet, turn it off. But I ended up getting a text from my dad once I got to the high school. He tried to send this to me at like 3 a.m. Okay?
Man.
Do you know, it pretty much said, "Hey, bud, I'm going to the hospital right now.
Oh, no.
When you get up, please, if you turn on the water, please make sure to turn it off before you leave for your meet today."
Yeah.
Nothing else. All right, I got that at 6 a.m. once I had arrived at the high school.
Yeah.
I'm competing. I tried to do high jump. I could not focus. I was praying, and I was just like, God, why? Right?
Like, why are you doing, like why are you forsaking me, kind of,
yeah. And part of my struggle is my dad's not a believer.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, this is really real. And so I'm trying to trust. And now, as I prayed, I just asked for God to help me seek him and clear my mind and all these things. And I don't know if my heart was fully in it at the time. Because I was still focused on, is my dad okay? Am I gonna...
Well, I mean, it's like, how could you put trust in God when you're focused on making sure your dad's okay. But that's the part where you should put your trust in God to make sure that your dad is okay and everything else like that.
Yeah. And so as I'm going through, I have some really good family friends who come to watch me compete, and they talk with me, and it just cleared my mind. And next time I remember praying, Lord, just please, I can't remember the exact words I said, but I just, please, Lord, please heal my dad. Please heal whatever's wrong with him. Let him be okay. And about 15 minutes after that, I got a text. But during that entire time, and I will say that's a pretty, I don't want to say quick, but sometimes for God to answer our prayers.
It'll take him a little bit to answer some. I know he's answered some of mine, but they took a while.
Yeah, and
but that's okay. It's how he works. It's on his time, not our time.
Yeah,
because we are go. Like, we expect things done instantly.
Yeah.
For him, it's like it could take a while.
Yeah, it's his plan. It's his time. And so when he's silent, I think a really good quote I've heard is when the test is going on, the teacher is silent.
Yep.
He's trying to teach us. He's trying to help us be more faithful in him. And so as we ask for things, and as we're going through life, there are going to be times when God is silent. That doesn't mean he's left you. He's still with you. He's still watching you. But I think part of it, as you're going through those silent periods, is he's testing to see, are you going to keep praying? Are you going to remain faithful when he's silent?
Yep.
Right? And I think in part he does that for us so that we can learn, right? Hey, I need to really grow in this way because God's being silent.
Yeah.
Right? But I also think there's other aspects where it's teaching us still how to be better students.
Yep, exactly.
And yeah, do you have any questions you want to ask?
No, that's all I really got. And then for us to apply it, honestly, it's like we should be showing faith to the Lord, like even if we have our ups and when we have our downs.
Yeah.
Like he is with us, and we all should truly remain faithful with him through all of it.
Yeah. I think on that note, I think I want to lead off with a quote and some extra application.
They're good. Let's hear it.
So the quote is from Peabody from Perfectly Suited. It is strangely easy to process a belief in God without relying on his support. So I'm going to say this. How do you need God to support you? Right? What do you need to relinquish to God? What do you need to give to him? What do you need to let God carry so that it's not weighing on your shoulders? Because he wants you to give him everything, right? Do you need him to carry a financial burden? Do you need him to carry a broken relationship? Do you just need to give that to him? Do you need to give him your plans and your dreams, right? Yeah. Do you need to trust more in his plan, right? Do you need to give him your sorrows, your hate, your pain, just all these negative feelings? Do you need to give them to him? Do you need to give your positive feelings to God?
Oh, yeah.
Do you need to say, this is because of you, Lord, right? Do you need to give him your sin, right? Yeah. Do you need to... I think one of the things that I really struggled with, especially early on in my walk, was I tried to carry my sin on my own. I'm being faithful to God, and sure, I was still sinning every once in a while, but it wasn't that bad, right? I've given my life to God. I've been baptized. God's still giving me grace. Part of sin is you're giving God your sin and you're repenting. And repenting means to turn away from the sin, to turn to God. Yeah. Right? You are turning away from sin to turn into God's embrace, not the other way around. You're not turning from God's embrace into sin, right? Or you're not going from sin to sin, right?
Yeah.
That's not repentance. Repentance is specifically turning away from sin to turn to God.
Yeah, it's like the verse and chapter of when Jesus talks about the yoke.
Yeah.
And to be honest, okay, guys, the yoke is not an egg yolk. I know. I was very confused when we learned about that at CIY. I was very confused on what a yoke was. But what it is, it's pretty much, it's a tool that oxen would wear on their backs, and it would help them plow fields. That's the yoke he's talking about. He's not talking about an egg yolk, like I said.
Yeah.
My youth pastor, he's like, you guys don't know what yoke is? We're all kind of looked at each other like, an egg yolk? He's like, no. So he's talking about that. I can't remember. No, it's not in Psalm 23. That's the shepherd one. The Lord is my shepherd. But yeah. But no, it's the verse was, it pretty much talks about, it's like, give him your burden because his yoke is light.
Yeah.
When we try to take our own burdens, our yoke is heavy, hard to move. Like, we can barely move it. But when we give it to God, our yoke will become light like God's, or like Jesus's. My bad. God and Jesus, same thing.
Yeah. But no, it's really true. And I think that's part of faithfulness, is trusting that his yoke is lighter because it may seem heavier.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that goes back into the point about us doing this with other people, right? When you had a yoke on ox, right? If one of them's less experienced, the more experienced ox will guide them to be better, to go in a straight line, to do this.
It's like being in community.
Yeah.
Like, we will all find that one mentor that will lead us and everything. I know. I was trying to think of other words, but I was just like, yeah, just lead us. But he'll lead us.
Yeah, it's not, and I think it's not just one. I think it's all of the people we surround ourselves with, right?
True. I said one, but we all mean we'll find our group of people that we will be with that will help us grow in faith.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah. Any more applications you got?
I think that's it.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to this one. Aiden and Matt got the next one, so
The helmet of salvation.
Helmet of salvation. We're gonna learn about a helmet. I'm excited to hear that one. So, but thank you guys again for everything you've done. So,
thank you.
Peace.
Goodbye. Deuces. Auf Wiedersehen. I actually think I have it written down. Squeeze you.
Oh my gosh. I hope that actually caught on camera.
That was honestly a solid burp. I was like,
man.
9.5, if not a 10 burp right there.